Oh, please excuse the noise of the fan, it's really quite hot here today. So I've received a parcel which should be the petcock rebuild kit. It took 2.5 weeks to come from Taiwan, so that's not too bad. Apparently it's been opened for inspection by Biosecurity Australia. So that's interesting. Okay, and here is our kit. I'll use the back of the bag to make them stand out a bit better. New screws and everything, goodness me. How nice is that? Very careful when you're doing this so you don't slice the edge off the thing you've just bought. So I believe I have my parts in here. Rightio. So we have a new one of these. So I will need to pop that one out of there. This one's certainly a lot more pliable than that one. Doesn't particularly seem to be a way for it to go, so we go there like that. And this one here, I believe, replaces that one there. Now we have a wavy washer up here and this plastic thing which seemed to go into that area there. And the new wavy washer. Now this bit here, and I believe he comes out like this. So the new one will go in the opposite way. And they seem to have little locating dowels there to get that in just the right place. If I can get them there. And the other side seems to have gone in all right. Now I just had to stop the video for a moment there because I couldn't remember where the spring actually went. So I've had a look and I can see where it goes now. And this is going to be the most difficult bit, I think, getting that nice and flat there. Making sure it's not bunched up at all, but no, it seems to have come down pretty good. Now, I've got two washers here that I don't seem to have. Oh no, they will go under there, I suppose. So, very interesting that they've replaced all the screws. And I think that's a bit, oh, well, that's a good thing, I guess. But hardly necessary. So I take it this will be the difficult bit, getting this down. But no, everything seems to want to work, which is a good thing. Oh, he's trying to escape. Now I did actually double check, because as you will remember when I pulled this apart, I used my Vessel JIS, and these are actually JIS screws. So yeah, pretty impressed with that. They've even got the little dot on the top to tell you that. So yeah, I'm more and more impressed with this little kit. They don't seem to have skimped on anything really. I am unsure as to where that O-ring goes, but as this one here is for underneath the other petcock, which is on the tank, it may well be part of that. Now here's something I hadn't considered. Was there a way that this has to go in? Oh yes, it looks like this will hold it in place with that notch there. So that's got to go upright. Yes, okay. So go reserve, round the prime, sorry, on round the prime, up to reserve. So it shouldn't really matter how this goes in, because that will force it into the right position. maybe I should pop a little bit of oil on that O-ring. Just to help him get in there. Not looking quite right there, it's fighting me. Just about in now. There we go. That's looking pretty good, I think. And back here. Yep, that seems to be all good. Now I do have an extra one of these left over, but I don't see it goes anywhere here. And I do have these, which are the ones that bolt this to the frame. Alrighty, so the fuel line on the bike was quite old and brittle and splitting in places, and I've actually discovered that it is a 7mm fuel line, which is not readily available, but apparently standard quarter will work if you put a bit of oil on the fitting to help it slide on. So looks like a mug's game to me, but I'm going to give it a try just because I don't want to wait for more stuff to turn up. So well, this isn't looking like much fun. And there I can scrape a little bit out of the end of it and try and make it a bit bigger. Alrighty, well, after playing that mug's game for a while, I've been going down to the local mechanic and I've got some 8mm fuel line. Now, the stuff I took off definitely had a quarter written on it, but I certainly couldn't get the 1/4 inch stuff I had bought back onto these fittings. So I do recall when I bought it, a fella said it was the high pressure stuff, so maybe it's just that little bit more rigid, and that was why I couldn't get it on. But this stuff certainly fits, and fits a lot better. We still could have used a little bit of oil just to help it slip on there, but it seems to be going all right. I seem to have managed that without putting that through my thumb, so we'll run up to where we'd normally be already. not where you want to be when you find out. But that's too big. Well, maybe we're getting somewhere.